Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Lotus Lounge. It's August something, geez. What is it? The 19th. Wow. I'm shocked. Calendar's flying, Carrie. So this week, we know what we're talking about, but I suppose we should let everybody else know. That's my job as the host. So I'll do that now. We are doing the Detox Diaries and what we do to support detox. And this is important stuff. I'm just going to preface it real quick. I mean, this is something we're probably going to be talking about a little more over time as well, Carrie, I presume, because we're seeing some interesting stuff come out that we feel is important to share. And we're kind of starting, well, we've already started, but we're going to do a little more. But this week, let's go through the Detox Diaries and some of the stuff we do. A few little hints and maybe help people. So, because as time goes on, with our everyday choices, we're either improving our health or impairing our health. We may not even realize it at times because many companies are in the game of profits. And so many of us buy into what's being sold to us. Marketing is powerful stuff. So let's take, for example, some food choices. Many foods that you can find at your tongue-tied today, local supermarket. I'm having problems saying English. It's Monday. It's my first language. So why wouldn't I have problems with it? They're made a lot of the foods that at our local supermarket are designed to or made to spark our taste buds and become addictive, because through addiction we want to buy more. Correct? They taste good. They make us happy for whatever reason. They're also made more cheaply than healthy alternatives, and so the notion is to buy those foods over healthier foods, and that's what a lot of people do. Yet, a lot of these foods are very detrimental to our health. And there are many examples of this throughout all of our consumer habits, though. The food is one topic. There's a lot of different topics, unfortunately. So we're here to share. So let's go ahead and share, Chad. Keep going. But we're here to tell you that we're in the business of helping people, and our services and products reflect this and what we do ourselves. And so really, our products and services are for everyone, truly, because we all need to be mindful of the level of toxins that we're exposed to, especially in support of our metabolic and overall health. Compared to centuries past, we are bombarded in modern society. I mean, just real fast, I'm sitting next to 12 electronics. Probably if I start counting. My grandparents didn't have to do that. Yeah, I do it every day. So we have to take some measures. So lost my place. I'll be right back here. So how can we completely avoid toxins? No, we can't. But we can reduce our exposure, and through our decisions, we can do that a little bit, and through our choices on what we buy. So I'm going to pass it over to the expert. Stop my babbling. Let the real person talk here, the real expert. So Carrie, what are 5 different areas that we can comb through quickly to help talk about reducing some of our toxic exposure? And I know we've touched on some of these in the past, but it's a tremendous opportunity to remind people, to help people remember. So what are we going to be talking about?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you, Chad. No, I really believe that this is one of the most important topics of our time. And so just combing through several areas in which we need to pay attention. And I'm sure what I'm going to mention is not everything, of course, but these are some things that you as a consumer have some control over. Mm-hmm. Because as Chad. Oh, I called you Chad. As Chad stated, we cannot eliminate toxins from our lifestyle. We can only reduce them. Yeah. Reducing is through our choices and our consumer dollars. Yeah. So the one area is one of our areas of expertise, Chad, and this is in your skincare products. Skincare products can be full of nasty ingredients, nasty synthetic chemicals.
And fragrances.
And I'm just going to name a few things. There's more, but in each category, I'm going to name a few ingredients to look out for. Okay, so in your skincare, possibly synthetic fragrances,
Really?
phthalates,
Mm.
which are plasticizers, make
Yeah.
plastic soft. SLS, which is sodium lauryl sulfate.
Oh, very
Parabens,
good. Oh.
parabens, which are preservatives found in a lot of different skincare lines. Although a lot of them have taken it out because it's gotten such a bad rap over the years.
Mhm.
Last ingredient I'll mention is triclosan, which is really interesting because this is found in a lot of commercial antibacterial soaps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's extremely toxic. In fact, one of the skincare lines I used to work for years ago
Mhm.
had triclosan in their acne line. And this was being sold to young adults, teenagers, kind of scary.
Mm.
A lot of these ingredients do one of two things. They either disrupt your hormones
Mhm.
and or disrupt cellular function, in which they become carcinogenic. Those are the two main things
Yeah.
that these ingredients do. The next category we need to look at are cleaning products. What are you cleaning your homes with? And some of the ingredients, toxic ingredients that I'll mention, there's a crossover that you're going
Sure.
to find. Some of what I'm going to mention is also in your skincare. So if you notice, you're being bombarded in other areas. You're getting the same ingredients in
Mm.
different areas of your life.
Yeah.
Skincare, okay, I got to clean my house. I
Here,
got to clean my
here.
skin. You see what I'm
Coming at
saying?
you, coming at you from all directions.
Yes.
Mhm.
So some of these I want to mention in cleaning products are formaldehyde,
Sure.
sulfates, phthalates. I said that before.
Mhm.
Phosphates, and what is known as PEG, which is polyethylene glycols. PEGs you're also going to find in lots of skincare lines as well. So moving on to the next category,
Sure.
and I labeled this as home goods
Mhm.
because this would encompass things like air
Oh.
fresheners or commercial grade candles that
Mm.
people love to burn. And some of the ingredients in here are, again, formaldehyde,
Oh.
benzene, which I'll go back to, and synthetic fragrances.
Yeah.
And synthetic fragrances have been known to be highly allergenic, have been known to create dizziness, nausea, heart palpitations. I mean, if you're getting too much,
Mhm.
or if you're sensitive.
Yeah. Well, if they're in so many things, once again, you're getting bombarded from a
You're
lot
getting
of different directions. Yeah. It can be in
correct.
a little bit in this thing, but if it's in a little bit of everything all around you, yeah. So anyway, I'll let you continue.
Well, and I just want to mention benzenes specifically
Mhm.
um, are detrimental to thyroid function.
Yeah.
But a lot of these toxins are detrimental to thyroid function. The thyroid as a gland is a very sensitive gland, very sensitive to exogenous toxins that we are now, there's that word again, bombarded with. I can't think of a better word.
It was accurate.
It's an accurate word. So the fourth category I want to touch on are exposure to plastics. We hear a lot about BPA, does not contain BPA.
Mhm.
So since we're familiar with BPA, I'll mention BPA and phthalates again.
Yeah.
Plastics are everywhere. I mean, they're literally everywhere. And they are known to be estrogen mimickers. So they mimic estrogen in the body. which means they steal these receptor sites, which means that an excess of estrogen will lower progesterone and again cause this imbalance in hormones. Once one hormone's out of balance, it's really easy for others to get out of balance as well. I guess the proper term would be xenoestrogens. So they act like estrogens, but they're imposters. And again, these plastics are everywhere, and all we can do is reduce it. We can't eliminate it because it's everywhere. So I always tell people, start with your plastic water bottles. That is a great place to start. And if you are fortunate enough to have a really good filtration system at home, we have RO filtration. The only issue with RO is that it's devoid of any minerals. You have to put the minerals back in.
Yeah.
We have a fabulous supplement in which we do that. So that would be a good place. And then also looking at like what you're storing food in, like leftovers. Maybe switching to glass would be a good thing. Buying glass when you can, like this just top of my head, but a lot of nut butters are in plastic bottles, but you can make that switch to buying them in glass because they do have them in glass. Maybe a little bit more money, but when you're reducing the level of exposure, it's worth it.
Yeah. And the plastics might be something, once again, we'll delve into it more specificity as time goes on so people understand why a little more. But right now we're just helping with the awareness.
Yes.
Touching on the overall awareness. Yeah.
Yes. Touching on and planting seeds is very important.
Yeah.
The last category I want to mention, last but definitely not least, are food toxins. And some of the food toxins I want to mention are excess added sugar, artificial sugars, which some would say are worse than your regular refined sugars.
Yeah.
Pesticides and herbicides, preservatives, dyes such as red dye. You can find that red dye 60, I think it's called, which is a neurotoxin. Refined flours, and last thing I'll mention are toxic seed oils, and or trans fats. But seed oils create trans fats. So these are just some of the food toxins out there. There's more.
Yeah. And
one thing I want to say about refined flour and excess added sugar is those food ingredients are hormone disruptors.
There's that word again.
There's
how many, you hear it particularly with women, but it's men too.
It's men too.
Hormonal disruption, hormonal imbalances, hormonal this, hormonal that. So, people need to kind of start waking up a little more. And you don't know, there's a lot of things you can do, lifestyle choices, without going before you go deep diving. But we'll get in that's another day. So,
well, remember, Chad, when we were talking about 89% of the population is metabolically unhealthy. About how many people are insulin resistant?
Yeah.
Or have metabolic syndrome?
Yeah, we don't have a shortage of topics that we could. Each one of these things that we're touching on could do a dissertation on.
Yes, yes. So these toxins are literally making you metabolically unhealthy. So these are hormone imbalances, insulin resistance, high blood pressure, abdominal fat. It all correlates into this.
Yeah.
And so
infertility. I think you said
infertility. Yeah, that's really big.
Look at all these modern society problems.
Yeah, and they're big problems. They are big problems, and we really need to take a look at this as a society, and we need to make changes. And it starts in your own household, and it starts with your dollar.
Yeah.
What are you going to choose? What are you going to spend your money on? So what can we do?
How are you going to vote with your dollars?
Yes. So what can we do, Chad? And I have a list
You
of
tell
things.
me.
Yeah, I have six things here written down. I want to share. I want to make sure I hit on each of them. But first is to buy organic across the board. Organic is always better than conventional. And even with any problems with the organic standards, organic is better. So buy organic, from food to your skincare, whatever can be organic, buy organic. Also, which is maybe even better, is to buy local and to buy from your local farmer. Know your local farmer. I've been preaching this for many, many years. I started going to the farmers markets in the early 2000s. And my kids always noticed a taste difference with the food that we got at the farmers market versus what we got at even our natural higher end stores. There is a difference. It's that freshness. It's that farm to table freshness. And the practices that they instill.
Yeah. I mean, just to touch on it real fast. I mean, because so folks understand the organic label standard USDA can cost a lot of money for small farmers to go through, and it is a very burdensome thing. And so you have a lot of small farmers that do the same, if actually hold themselves to a higher standard anyway, but don't have that label. So that's why you know your farmer, know your food can be very important. So I'll let you go on to number 3.
Yes. Well, number 3 goes into number 1, and that's make sure that your skincare is organic. Make sure that you are purchasing non-toxic cleaning products. We have a brand that we use that we find to be effective. It smells good. We don't have to worry about our cats getting any type of remnants of toxicity from conventional. So if you're interested, please ask us.
And I'll mention too, real fast, people love their pets, but if you think about it, our pets are a lot closer to the ground than we are. So if you're walking them and somebody's sprayed weed killer on bushes or the ground and they're sniffing, boom, they're in it. So there's some balances here with cleaning products outside, everything. So, it's not just us, it's our pets too.
It's our pets too. Absolutely. And if we have little babies, toddlers, they're closer to the ground too. So something to be very aware of. The next thing I recommend is to start crowding out some of the plastic.
Yep, you mentioned that. Yeah. Try to switch to glass as able. Yeah.
When you're able, switch to glass. Even in the store, be really cognizant of what's in plastic and what's in glass, what you can substitute. The 6th thing I have written down here is to use premium grade essential oils.
Yeah.
Is the difference in the grades of essential oils. You don't always know what you're getting, especially at natural food stores. I mean, a lot of these essential oils are perfume grade. I'm talking about premium grade essential oils that are medicinal.
Yeah.
Anyway, to switch those over as opposed to buying your commercial candles and air fresheners and the things that people seem to be addicted to. I don't know if it's an addiction, but it's something, they just love them.
Well, I mean, we're not mentioning brands. People, people can always reach out to us and we'll give you what we use or our recommendations. and how to, you can order them through us and et cetera, et cetera. Well, that's a different time and place. But I'll mention one specific: pumpkin spice scent. I mean, that's a big one. Got an issue, and people love it. And we're going into that season, and a lot of people don't realize it. It's like, ooh.
Oh, good point. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah.
Yep. They can diffuse cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove essential oils and get some of that same feeling, that same homey feeling. But here's the difference. Those molecules that start to permeate the air are actually benefiting the whole body systemically. Yeah. Your mind, your physical body, your emotions.
Yeah, you're getting benefit from it. You're getting benefits from it as opposed to a trade-off of a little enjoyment from something that hurts you, that's going to be detrimental.
Right.
There's no trade-off.
Yep. Something that's going to hurt you metabolically. It's not worth it.
Okay.
And once you switch to essential oils, premium essential oils, you'll never go back. Yeah. I've been using them.
I've noticed.
I dabbled with them in the 90s, but I've been using them pretty consistently since 2006, like in my everyday.
Yep. Very true. So, well, I mean, we only went over a few things, but it's a lot.
It is.
And it took 20-ish minutes to do that with my babbling up front. Welcome to professional hosting, folks.
It's okay, Jack.
Oh no!
I'm
professional. I'm having fun. Letterman watched. Never mind. Letterman doesn't have to watch out. He's retired. Say no, but I mean, that was a lot of stuff, and as we talked about before, we'll do a little deeper dive on some specifics here and there because there's a lot of stuff to be aware of, and when we look at trends, that's what we do. What's important, what's beneficial for people, not just what can you make money on. It's how can you help people and build awareness in a good way. Yes. And so, we'll be diving into, I mean, that's why Carrie does what she does with Evolve Skincare. It's kind of hard to do backwards right there and all that. So, I think that's a pretty good.
Why do I do what I do with Evolve?
Because skincare world, as you shared before, can be very gimmicky, and you have a lot of experience in it. And so it's clean, non-toxic, organic, natural, and it benefits people. It's extremely high quality. You're extremely discerning about what goes into it and how it's done. And so people can trust what they're getting and what the benefits that they're getting. So that's that. So, but anyway, okay. Well, I think, unless you got anything else to chime in with, I mean, that's probably a wrap for this week. So,
yeah, I would just ask if there's an area that you would like to see us delve more into, if you could put it in the comments. For example, talk more about organic skincare. Well, okay. Talk more about plastic. But anyway, we love feedback. So
yeah, and then just real fast too. If you're local, take a look at our Facebook post. We got a special deal Saturday. Actually, a couple Saturdays coming up. So sorry if it's not just one, but yeah, take a look. It's a tremendous opportunity. So if you're in Maricopa, and if you're not in Maricopa and you're kind of intrigued, reach out to us because we know a way that you can utilize this if you're not here. But if you're in Maricopa, you can do it while you're here. So otherwise, I think that's a wrap this week, Carrie. If you've got questions, like she mentioned, comments in the social media or direct messages, reach out to us for the website. Check out the website. You see the address below me, lotusevolutions.com. But as always, I'm Chad B, joined by the lovely, lovely Carrie B. I didn't introduce us on the front end today because I shook it up. Throw people for a loop. So, but anyway, that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. And like Carrie said, if you're interested in some of these topics, let's get a little more into it. Let us know which. We're happy to do it. See ya.
Bye, everyone.